Hello and welcome back. We are here for episode 2. We have given our dogs like a Kong toy to try and occupy them for episode 2.
Kong treat.
Yes, highly recommend if you are a dog owner. So if we can hear it, then we will never do that again, but we're trying it out today.
Just imagine it as ASMR.
Oh gosh, would that be pleasant though? I don't know. We left off episode 1 where we were just introduced to our big baddie. Our big baddie with the scary eye.
Big baddie.
And I do not think they actually said his name. Obviously, we all know it's Silco.
I don't think they even say his name in this episode.
Oh, really? Okay.
I don't think so.
Well, speaking of this episode, let's get into it. Michael, what happens in this episode?
Well, Ari, I'm so happy you asked because
that's the whole reason we're here.
I have some thoughts for you. So,
great.
First things first. The name of the episode 2 of ARCANE season 1. Some mysteries are better left unsolved. Now, that begs the question: what mysteries are they talking about?
Yeah.
What is
this referring to?
What do you think?
Magic, right?
Magic, yes. That's all.
Or science. I mean, sometimes
magic.
There is a very good argument for magic and science being one and the same in certain ways, especially in this universe. I mean, in our world,
well, what is it?
I think it is. But
what's the thing about science to people from other ages indistinguishable from magic? Someone said it. I don't know. Science to people from far enough back in evolution is indistinguishable from magic. Some famous writers said it.
Well, that's probably
Let
where...
us know who it was in the comments because I'm sure
someone knows.
Absolutely
but that's probably...
butchering the quote.
No, but that's probably what I'm...
Yeah,
why I
think
of that. Yeah, because of that quote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so it made me think of like the Manhattan Project, like the atomic bomb.
Oh,
all those scientists who are like, oh no, what have we done? This is like crazy
Chernobyl.
amount of power. Chernobyl, just nuclear in general. Also Jurassic Park.
Yeah, classic.
Just makes you think of Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways, Heimerdinger is like Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah.
He's
trying to blow that whistle. He's like, it's too far. It's too far.
So, but episode starts coming in from the other perspective of the burglary. So we see 2 people come in, man and a woman, or so it appears. And one is like, yeah. And the guy is like, oh. So we learn that Caitlin, this person, is the money behind this person's operation. We don't really know who they are.
Her parent, her family.
Yeah. Her family, who we've heard referenced in episode 1.
Yeah.
They make it to the door. The man realizes there's people inside. He realizes he's being burglarized. So he starts trying to break down the door. The crystal explodes, but because when I first watched this, I thought it exploded because he went into the door, but it doesn't. It explodes before he does his final big kick. He doesn't cause the explosion with his barging, which is what I initially thought. No, it just explodes. It just hits the door and explodes.
Yeah, okay.
So he is knocked back, the big explosion, classic muffled sound.
Yeah, right. Because his like eardrums have been affected by the explosion.
Every time there's a big explosion in anything, the sound goes, and then it's kind of, there's a ringing. And he sees Vi. Yeah. You don't know how much he actually sees though, because
like remembers.
He's a little bit out of it.
Yeah.
And then he passes out.
Yeah. So,
immediate cut to a frozen tundra.
Oh yeah. Instantly.
We're immediately there. It's a flashback. You can safely assume that.
Yeah. He's clearly like a child.
Yeah, we have a little child who is, safe to say from context, is the same man.
Yeah, looks like the same man that just passed out.
With someone who's, makes sense that it's his mum. And they're in this horrible frozen wasteland and she collapses. We see her fingers have frostbite and they're black, which means they're pretty much past the point of no return, which is scary. And he's yelling out for help, and suddenly a man appears. Well,
from nowhere, because they're in the middle of
with
nowhere.
A staff appears, and he starts doing some cool stuff.
Some
blue glowing stuff. And I don't know what you thought about it, but it almost reminded me more of sci-fi.
No. It does have that vibe. Yeah. And he like I don't know if he fully manifested out of nowhere, but that was definitely like what I think Jayce is supposed to think, that he just like appears.
Yeah. Just
suddenly.
magically came.
Yeah.
In Jayce's hour of need.
Yeah.
He appears.
Yeah.
And he's doing all this.
Because where were they?
With his staff.
It's really unclear, like where were they trying to go? What were they coming from? Were they trying to escape something? Did they get lost? Like, it's very vague that we don't really know what the situation is.
Obviously he ends up in Piltover. His family ends up in Piltover.
Yeah. That's why I was like, were they in Piltover already? Because we see the planet. I don't know. Sorry if I'm skipping ahead with whatever your notes are, but like we see this like super zoom. Like,
really cool shot of the mage with the planet.
Yes.
And a little moon.
Yeah, the Earth it looks like the Earth and our moon.
It looks like
so
whatever planet they're on. We don't know if it's Earth, but it's a planet.
And then he's in.
Yeah, and then they're safe. They're in a,
super lush field.
Lush
like,
fields.
Gorgeous.
And all that. Now, I'm just having this thought now. Is it the same place, but the weather's better? Or are they somewhere else?
No. I don't know either. That's why I was like, and that's why I was like, so they weren't in Piltover, but now he's brought them to Piltover?
I don't know, because you don't see where they are. They're still in the outdoors. There's mountains in the back, though.
And it doesn't look like the city of Piltover at all. No. It looks like a different place.
No, there's no city there really at all, is it?
So then I'm did him and his mother come from like a different world? And that's what we're supposed to take away from that?
I mean, there's lots of different places in
in
the League
this
of Legends
universe,
right? And they even talk about them later on in the episode.
Because we don't see any. Well, I guess we get more of like Mel's history, but like other than that, we don't get like another character. And Mel still is from. We know at least that she's kind of more from another kingdom, rather than like a whole other like planet.
We get Mel, we get Victor. We've already got
Victor
Jayce.
Grew up in the Undercity. Yeah. He's already said that.
Oh, you
so
mean
I'm
like other cities?
Like other potentially other world that looks like this different to where everyone else is. So if anyone knows, please let us know in the comments.
Where were they coming from? Where did they get teleported to?
I am really interested because I'm like, it's very vague. Like I said, we don't really get any confirmation. And
Jayce is like, how?
Yeah, cute.
And it's really, really cute. He's like, how? Big wide eyes, and the guy doesn't say anything. Well, I'm assuming it's a guy. Not necessarily. No,
he has more of a like masculine build.
Yeah. The mage comes over and drops a blue gem. Mm-hmm. Drops a blue gem in Jayce's hands. He's like this. And he didn't know. Well, maybe he did know, but he's put Jayce on a path.
Yeah.
Put Jayce on a path.
Very instrumental.
For better, for worse.
Yeah.
He's put him on a path.
Yeah.
Okay, anything else you want to say about the flashback before we move on?
No, just that this gem that he's got is going to be his like prized possession.
It is.
His prized possession.
It is. Yeah. So we're back to the present time, and Grayson, our favorite cop, is interrogating Jayce. And we actually learn quite a lot in this scene.
Yeah.
So we find out that what he's been doing, all of this research that we've seen in episode 1, is not authorized.
No.
And he has a lot of illegal stuff. He's doing stuff that the Academy, we don't know what that is yet, really.
Yeah.
The Academy hasn't authorized it. So he's essentially like a rogue scientist.
He's gone rogue.
He's got his idea, something magic-y. He's doing this. It's all, under the table. Mm-hmm. None of it is authorized.
Yeah, he's like, it's my own thing.
It is.
It just was doing it in my free time.
It's his baby. It's his child, and the only person who's helping him probably is Caitlin.
Yeah, I think Caitlin's probably just assisting with because she's kind of curious about it to a degree. I don't know if she's actually been involved in it. Who made the sandwich? Yeah. I wonder who made the sandwich. That's the real question. Caitlin, was that you?
I don't know if she would though. Well, would she?
Caitlin's got plenty of food to feast on back at her mansion.
Yeah. No, she wouldn't make it for herself, but maybe if she was like, Jayce, you haven't eaten in a week. Eat this sandwich. And Jayce is like, I'll eat it after I've, finished messing with this blue
I think gem. I think he's primarily closed up in there by himself constantly. Yeah, I'm sure he's
maybe
kind of
Caitlin was just helping bring some stuff in.
She's just curious, I think, and she is kind of interested in what he's doing and stuff. So yeah.
So Grayson busts out the handcuffs. Oh no, but before that, we see another person too. Tall, slender man whose name we don't know yet. He's got kind of a European type accent. And from the academy, Victor.
Oh,
Victor!
Well, I felt like you were going to a new scene, so I was like, wait, what are we talking about?
In this scene as well,
When
he's
Jayce-
how we know about the academy. Yes.
When Jayce's stuff is
And
being looked through.
Victor is kind of like,
But we also don't know
going
Victor's
on
name.
here?
We don't know
his
Victor's name at this point.
yet, but we know he's there representing the head of the academy because he's the assistant to the head of the academy.
Yeah.
And he is obviously kind of like, what is going on? But he's also noticeably curious.
Yes. He's kind of interested
Even
in
at
what
this
project
early
is.
stage, he's very interested
Yeah.
in what's going on. He's
Yeah.
looking at all the mumbo jumbo science magic stuff.
Yeah.
And he's curious. His curiosity is piqued. So Victor, Grayson, Jayce are there. Grayson gets the handcuffs, takes Jayce to jail. Now, Jayce is in jail,
Yeah.
little prison cell.
Not great.
Not great, no, not ideal. And then a little furry head, just a little furry head comes through the door and then topples over because his head is so big relative to his body.
Yeah.
He catches himself, and then we
Yeah.
meet Heimerdinger.
Yeah. We love
And
Heimerdinger.
he's just a little furry guy.
He's just a little
He's just
furry
a wee
guy.
little
He's a little
furry
fuzzy
guy.
man.
He's cute. He's not a human. He's like,
No.
what, a foot, 2 feet tall,
Yeah.
maybe 1 foot tall.
No,
like
maybe
he's
2.
1 foot, then
He's
maybe
so
2 with his
cute.
ears. Like
He kind of reminds, it's kind of like Lorax vibes. That's kind of what he reminds me
he's
of.
very fluffy.
Yeah.
It's very cute.
He's very cute.
And Heimerdinger immediately is doing the Jeff Goldblum. He's warning him about the dangers.
The Jeff Goldblum.
Dangers,
Oh.
of what happens when you take things too
Jeff
far.
Gold- He's doing the Jeff Goldblum.
You have to think about whether you should be doing
No,
something.
I know.
Not just whether you could.
I immediately hear like a Jeff Goldblum accent in Heimerdinger's voice.
Oh, yeah,
That's
yeah.
immediately
That'd
what I
be
hear.
good.
But
That'd
I
be
know what
great.
you mean. Yes, from Jurassic
Yeah.
Park. Yeah.
And he says, science could be dangerous. If you don't do it right, or if you try and do too much too soon.
Yeah.
Doing something that you can do, but maybe you shouldn't.
Yeah.
Maybe you shouldn't. And then Jayce is like, no, it's not science, it's magic. And then this just sets off alarm bells for Heimerdinger immediately.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, you shouldn't do that. But Jayce is like, yes, I can control the magic. And Heimerdinger's like, no, you can't. I'm 307 years old.
I know what I'm talking about. I've lived a long
He's
life.
307.
24-year-old boy.
He doesn't look a day over 301. But he's been around the block a few times.
Yeah. Looks great. Looks great for his age.
He does look great. He definitely.
All the fuzz.
He must have to shampoo and condition his whole body.
Oh, yeah.
Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
Oh, that'd take ages.
Yeah. Well, he's very small. So
He's
not
very
that long.
small. That's true. That's true. He could
Real-
probably use.
he's a quick
He could
in and
use
out.
like how with dogs you have the ones that come and the shampoo comes through the shower head.
Oh,
Maybe,
yes.
yeah. He must
Maybe
have
he's
one
got
of those
that.
at home. Heimerdinger, let us know how in your comments
Heimerdinger,
your
tell
grooming
us.
habits. But Heimerdinger gives him some good advice. He says, "Own up, say you messed up and you caused this explosion, but don't mention magic because if you do,
Don't say anything about the magic part.
there's going to be hell to pay.
Yeah.
So don't do that."
Not going to be good.
And Jayce is like, "Okay, I won't mention magic." Wink.
I got you. I got you,
won't
little furry
mention
man.
magic, Heimerdinger. And that's that. Now, we cut now back to the Undercity, and Vi is punching something.
Yeah, she's getting her workout in.
She is getting her workout in. She's punching one of those weird training things that I don't think really exists. It's just got lots of arms and gloves, and it's punching, and she's punching. And
Yeah, I'm sure there's something somewhat like that, but it's probably more about like dodging.
It's like a really high tech arcade version of like the blocks you see in
that is what it is.
martial arts films.
Yeah.
She's doing that, and the kids are hanging out at an arcade. And it's cool. There's lots of different arcade games and all these cool things that they do. There's graffiti in different places that we don't know who did it, but maybe Powder.
We're guessing
'cause
Powder.
It's all those. It's all those shapes that she likes to draw.
Yeah. It's her style.
Yeah. They're debriefing the heist a little bit more still. Milo is not very good at shooting, it turns out. He's like,
He is not.
He says specifically, oh, well, the job went badly, but next time we just won't take Powder. And then Powder takes that personally And then she turns out to be a very good shot.
Yeah. And that's in one of our reactions, I was like, she's such a good shot. Then why don't they take her to be like a sniper?
You wanted to give her something to, I guess maybe guns are hard to come by.
That's
in
what
the
you
undersea,
said in the reaction.
But she's got all these janky grenades that aren't working yet.
Yet.
And yet she's like, even if they just gave her like a little Nerf gun.
Yeah.
It's something.
I don't know.
It's something. Let her show off her talents.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's a great shot. Vi, who had the conversation in the episode with Vander about her leadership and how she's the leader of these people, says like, oh, I wouldn't take you on a job you couldn't handle, right?
To all of them.
To all of them.
Yeah.
But is she also saying that to herself? Does she feel bad?
Yeah, I think so. I think there's a little bit
how badly the job went.
I think she has more perspective after talking to Vander, for sure.
But as they're talking, they hear a ruckus.
Yeah, something's going on.
outside.
Something's going
There's
down.
a ruckus, and we look out, and it's Marcus and his enforcers interrogating some undercity folk.
It was Marcus?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, I couldn't
Marcus,
remember if
right?
it was him in this part. Okay.
And I think so. Maybe I assumed it's him, but I remember hearing his voice.
Okay. Yeah.
And they're interrogating this guy. This guy's not playing ball. And that's kind of, maybe that represents
I kind of like this guy.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's
he's
just everyone.
like, I'm not giving you anything.
Everyone in the Undercity hates the enforcers.
Yeah.
No one's going to be a snitch.
It's very much
No one's going to give him... It's ACAB.
It's ACAB
Absolutely.
vibes. Yeah.
He literally just like spits on his shoe.
Yeah.
And this guy is then thrown through the window of the arcade. And then the enforcers see the kids.
Yeah.
There's a little like, because they say they're going to search the kids. And as we know, Powder is hiding something.
No, we didn't know this. This was so random to me. I was like, I understood, like, for this to be clear, I understand story-wise why they needed to have. I was like, Powder, why do you have those on you? Why is she carrying them? And I love Powder.
Under
and
your bed
I will,
or something. Like,
I will defend Powder, like, because she's a child. Like, even when things get really bad, I'm like, she's just trying to help. She doesn't know. She's a kid. She just doesn't know. But this, I was like, you know you shouldn't have those on you. You should have left those like in your little jewelry box or whatever.
Something.
Like back in your room.
Leave them in one of your little monkeys.
That was crazy.
Do whatever.
Me. I was like,
don't.
why are you carrying that? It might be like she's like, oh, my like little trophy that I have. I want to keep it close to me.
much.
But I was like, no. If I was Vi, I would have been like, you need to leave those in here specifically, well hidden somewhere. Do not take them out with you. She had all of them in her little pocket thing. I could not believe that. I was like, outrageous. What are we doing?
Outrageous. Crazy. It's a very tense moment. And Vi gives Clagger a look. And Clagger pulls the lever.
Pull the lever,
He
Clagger.
pulls the lever. He's a bit Kronk shaped, isn't he, Clagger?
He's got
pulls
Kronk
this
vibes.
lever. The lights go off. There's an illuminated monkey face, which, Powder probably did. And they run from the enforcers, as, I think anyone would.
Yeah.
If you're hiding like
anyone from
weapon
Zon.
of mass destruction in your pocket that they're looking for.
They don't know that's what it is.
They don't know it is.
No idea.
And they run from the enforcers. And they get out of the arcade. And there's nowhere to go. But then suddenly, from above, Echo saves the day, drops down a ladder. The kids shoot up the ladder, letting Powder go last for...
Also, what are we doing?
And
Let Powder go first.
The enforcers try and get up, but they kick the ladder down and they fall down. Vi tells Powder that she ought to hide the crystals. And then Powder, despite being kind of at fault here...
Oh, yeah.
She sasses her back. She's like, yeah, no shit.
Yeah. Powder,
Powder, it's your fault. You're the one who didn't hide the
doing?
Crystals. You can't get all sassy.
Yeah,
when someone says hide. Vi probably assumed she had hidden the crystals.
Yeah. We all thought you did this already,
like,
girl. What are you doing?
Anyone would, not
why are they
carry
in your
them
pocket?
around with you, like literally carrying the evidence.
My God.
The only evidence that ties you to the crime. The only evidence that could tie anyone to the crime that still exists and isn't at the bottom of the river, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, this is an example too of like, obviously I know they needed to have it for the story in terms of there needed to be a reason why they like chase after them and stuff like that. And just as like things are getting more intense, they're closing in on them.
Just
blah,
a
blah,
reason
blah.
why they can't just be like, oh yeah, search us, we don't have anything. They had to have something.
But this is something that like, you would say like this like bumped me out and so much that it's like out of the story, like that term bumped. And I do think that I was like, do I believe this? I felt like it did bump me a little bit that I was like, I don't know, but I understand they just needed it to further like
And Powder's
how
kid,
they're closing in.
Vi may have said, you should hide those. And Powder's like, oh, yeah, I will. And then she just forgot.
I'll hide them in my pocket.
Them. Or she wanted to bring them to the arcade.
I don't think she forgot. No. I think she is purposefully like keeping them with her for whatever reason, because she's like she's like interested in them. But yeah, I just was like, I don't know, but whatever, it's fine.
Yeah. So that's the end of that scene, really. Mm-hmm. That sass.
The sass
from Powder. And we go back up now to Piltover, and we meet another new character. So many new characters. Mm-hmm. Get Victor, and now we have Mel, who we learn
I love Mel.
Is the richest person in Piltover, but not in her family.
No, the poorest one in her family, apparently.
Who is her family?
Yeah.
She's what kind of empire does her family have?
She's the person that's like, they're like, you're a millionaire. And she's like, but I'm not the billionaire.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not a billionaire. Everyone else in my family is billionaires.
So she's part of something big that we don't really know what it is yet.
Yeah.
But the way she's speaking, she's looking for something. She's looking for her thing.
Yeah.
That's going to take Piltover to the next level. You know, make it a big deal.
Yeah.
Put it on the map.
Yeah, and therefore put her on the map.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. And she hears about the Jayce case.
The Jayce case. Wait, sorry. Before we move on to the Jayce case, I just want to say I'm pretty sure that Mel's character design is like my favorite of all the characters. It's cool. Like she just looks, every time I see her on screen, no matter how many times I've seen her, I just am like, I can like look at her character design, like all the details of it.
It's white and gold, right?
White and gold. She has like gold flecks on her face, like incorporated into her makeup. It's so cool. Like the detail, same with all the other characters. The detail on every single character is just so thorough. It's just like, oh, chef's kiss. Yeah. But something about Mel in particular and like how they make her eyes like catch the light. Oh, yeah, Mel is just so stunning in the way that they designed her character. I feel like I just am like in awe every time she's on screen. So, which is the point. You're supposed to be like, oh wow, she has like such a presence about her.
This isn't even her final form.
True.
Spoiler. So here's about the Jayce case, and she's curious. And then also she's like looking at some weird gadgets and contraptions, trying to find a gift for someone's birthday, and then ends on a thing that she learns is a child's toy. And then she's like, perfect. Now there's something in that, you know, she sees them as children or something.
This guy in particular.
But all of them or just that guy? Like,
I think this guy in particular.
The fact that it's a children's toy she's picked out and then she's like, perfect. Am I reading too much into it?
No. Well, I think this is in response to this one specific guy.
You think?
But I don't think she's that intimidated by anyone else on the council. No,
she doesn't think that they're all like. She's not trying to control all of them.
She doesn't see them as equals. I think she sees herself as the top dog there for sure. For sure.
I was just made me think. But now we see Caitlin's family. We see a nice big family portrait. Caitlin's holding a rifle.
Yeah, I didn't notice that during the reaction. She just holds this little child Caitlin holding a rifle because she's even younger in that painting. And
they confirm what we kind of figured out from Jayce's dialogue, which is that this family is a rich family and they have bankrolled Jayce's experiment.
Yeah, pretty much in its entirety.
Now, how much do you think they knew it was unauthorized and dangerous?
Oh, no. They don't know about that. That is him doing his own thing kind of separately.
Paid for by them.
Well, they're funding whatever like studies and work he's doing. But he definitely didn't.
So you think they didn't know anything about
I mean, I'm sure that he had to say like, oh, I'm interested in this. But I just don't think that he was very forthcoming about
I would believe that. I would believe that.
Because he technically could be like, oh, well, I'm just doing this in like my free time. Like... Yeah. Just, you know, on my own time when I'm not on the clock,
just some blue lights. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Just like blue little sparkly gems, like your earrings, because she's wearing the earrings. Like, that's fine.
And that's the end of that, really. We go back to the Undercity. And now Vanda is confronted by an angry mob. Who'd have thought you'd see an angry mob?
I don't know if we could go all the way to say mob.
It's a bit of this like, it's like 10.
Disgruntled, like, fellow Undercitylings, basically.
Maybe they're not an angry mob yet, but
mob is like
they're all talking to him, and they all leave together.
They're trying to get something going.
Maybe they're trying to become an angry mob.
They're trying to become an angry
But
mob. In
they want to
development.
fight. They want to fight against Piltover because they're annoyed about the enforcers coming in, shaking everybody down, breaking a bunch of stuff, looting a bunch of stuff as well, probably.
Wait, what?
Just because because we see later
looting?
them breaking a bunch of stuff. So you don't.
You think they're like looting? The enforcers
like
are though?
stealing stuff from shops and.
I don't know if they want to steal anything. They're damaging property without.
Yeah, I guess that's more what I mean. Like,
because I was like, I don't think they're going to take anything up from the Undercity when they're so
breaking things.
But yeah, they clearly don't care about like these people's
breaking
things
windows,
and
breaking
their
doors,
properties. Yeah,
destroying stuff, and they hate it, and they also just hate Piltover in general.
Yeah.
Vander, as he does, is trying to keep the peace. And then there's one particular member of the angry group of people who I can't call a mob yet.
A mob in the making. It's not a mob is someone that are a group of people that are actively like Beauty and the Beast, kill the beast.
Sure.
That's the mob.
Okay.
Yeah.
This one person in the group of people who are not a mob calls Vander weak for not wanting to fight. Now,
oh my God.
This is the first time I think we see this person. So we don't know it's going to become a character yet.
Yeah. We haven't seen her yet.
But she's pretty scary looking.
Yeah, she's pretty badass.
She's pretty badass.
Yeah. So Vander, when it's Savika, but we don't know that her name is Savika yet. When Savika says this to Vander, one, I appreciate that this is like how it's being interpreted by a lot of the people because they're just like, we need to take action. Like we need to do something. But this is such a common thing that happens where one person is trying to like protect the life that is still there because he has like lived it firsthand. Obviously,
he's built it. He's helped build it.
Well, I meant he's lived like losing people. Like he's lived in that violent way of living as well.
Yeah,
so he's
been
lost people.
He's done what they're wanting to do.
Yeah, and now he's built this.
And he's seen what happens.
Yes, and so he's like, now I've built this. Everyone at least is like better off than like where we were kind of before, or like we're like trying to maintain some type of like, you know, good life. I just think that happens a lot in like stories like these, obviously, where there is like a big divide between like two groups of people, or like in this situation, like two cities, that there will always be one person who is like trying to protect people and someone else will always interpret that as weakness rather than like them trying to be strong and protect everyone, like trying to like kind of lead everyone in a direction that keeps everyone safe. And there's always one person that's like, you're weak for doing that. But I understand the frustration because obviously everyone that is in Zaun is like basically oppressed by Piltover. So it's not a great dynamic.
Obviously not. Yeah. It's completely understandable to want to fight back.
Yeah.
Because it's completely unjust oppression.
Yes, exactly.
Of this whole group of people. And we don't know why. We don't know what determines who's in the Undercity, who's in Piltover.
Not at all. Yeah.
We don't really know any of the nitty gritty like that.
Like how it got to be this way.
But we see how it is.
Yeah. But definitely Vander is not. There's no part of Vander that is weak. Sorry, Savika.
No. But Meanwhile, Echo
Echo
is trying to hide something, but he's trying to hide something in a way that makes it clear he doesn't actually want to hide it and he wants to say it, right? Because he's like...
just side-eyeing the fisheye.
Looking away. Vi manages to get Echo to spill the beans. Mm-hmm. Doesn't take much.
No, she like barely pressed him.
Yeah, barely. And then Echo just...
Yeah, exactly.
And then it turns out Echo, as we saw, overheard Vander's deal with Grayson. Mm-hmm. That they have a deal that Grayson just wants him to give up someone.
Echo hears all.
He does. He hears everything. He knows everything. He's a little man. He hears it all. And then Vi is like, what?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What? But that's that. That's the end of that scene. Mm-hmm. We move to the trial. Mm-hmm. The trial of the century. It's the Jayce case.
The Jayce case. I love these.
The Jayce case. Grayson's...
The Jayce case.
Grayson, the enforcer, is bringing up Jayce in handcuffs.
For his case.
So Grayson's bringing up Jayce for the Jayce case. And at the council, Mel gives her gift to this guy.
Yeah.
He's a little bit of a clown.
Vibe.
A little bit of a clown. He's got a weird kind of West Country accent.
Oh, is that what it
Funny.
is?
Yeah, it's like a English countryside accent.
Okay.
And then the other guy there is like, oh, I didn't get him a gift. Gives him some nuts. Turns out he's allergic to the nuts.
Not great. Not great.
No, if you didn't get someone a gift, you shouldn't try.
Just say, "Oh my gosh, happy birthday!" I had
just
no
say
idea.
exactly. Yeah, just lay on the love, and they'll forget all about it. But then they bring Jayce in, and a trial begins.
Oh yeah, a very aesthetically pleasing.
It's a very aesthetic trial. They have the lighting
Stunning,
figured out.
It's a whole production.
All of the windows close, with shutters and various things. The whole. There's an open roof. The open roof closes.
It's very mechanical.
Very mechanical. Yeah, not magic.
Not magic.
Not magic.
Yeah.
Don't even say the word.
No, not the N word.
Closes, and then a spotlight comes onto Jayce.
Yeah. Really, really cool.
Really cool, because he's the one on trial. So
Yeah.
everyone's looking at Jayce.
Yeah.
And they say, you stand accused of this, that, doing this.
This, that, doing this.
Yeah. Doing the
This,
bad
that,
stuff.
those things.
You did the bad thing. What do you have to say for yourself? And he does pretty genuine apology.
Yeah.
It's pretty genuine.
Yeah.
He doesn't say specifics, obviously. He's just like, yeah, sorry. It put people in danger. I'm sorry.
My bad.
And they're like, well, why? And he's like, well, science. And then he's almost getting away with it.
Yeah, so far Heimerdinger is
so
like,
far okay. His patron backs him up. She's like,
Yep.
I've worked with
Yep.
this boy for years. He's a good lad.
Yep,
He's a good boy. Heimerdinger.
He's a good lad.
Well,
He's a
I'm
good
doing it because
boy.
it's very like, oh, he's a good boy. Don't worry about him. Like, I don't know why I did that voice.
Boys will be boys.
I guess that's
blowing up buildings.
but very much his boys will be boys.
No, I know, that's
the
what
way
I'm
she
saying.
says it.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's maybe that's my rich person voice.
Yeah.
My
Boys will be boys.
nepotism voice. Jayce will be Jayce.
Jayce will be Jayce.
Jayce will be Jayce. Heimerdinger's like, yeah, he's a good boy. He's a good scientist. But then Mel says, well, what did you learn? Was there any point? And then Jayce was like, no, I didn't really learn anything. So Mel was like, it was all pointless then. And that,
It's like, what do you have to show for
yes,
it? Like,
what do you have to show
your
for
work?
it?
And he's like,
nothing.
yeah.
He said, then she says, and this is what gets Jayce. Oh, it was all pointless then.
Yeah, yeah.
Why?
It was a waste of time.
It was a waste of time. And then that gets Jayce. His ego gets the better of him.
Yeah.
And then he's like, no, it was revolutionary.
Yeah.
Science could have been so cool. If it didn't explode, it would have been so cool.
Yeah. And Heimerdinger's like,
To be fair, though, it didn't explode because of him.
no, it didn't.
It didn't explode on his watch, but it did explode.
Yeah.
And he tells them it was magic.
Yeah.
Right?
Which Heimerdinger is like, you had
Yes,
one
Heimer's like,
job.
oh, just don't.
You had one job, Jayce.
And then we learn there's a robot counselor.
Yes.
This robot
Who survived
who
whatever
survived.
this
His
last-
race was almost
Yeah.
destroyed by magic.
Yeah.
Heimerdinger,
The
turns
ARCANE
out, yes,
specifically, yeah.
has lived through civilizations being destroyed by magic. Piltover was built to escape warmongering
Yeah.
mages, is what this councilwoman says, with a cool gold
Yeah,
clockwork
Shula.
neck
I think her name's
piece.
Shula.
It's
Yeah.
moving. Her nails are like long and
Yeah.
gold. Very,
Yeah.
very cool.
Yeah, she's
But yeah,
badass.
magic is bad. Bad news.
Mm-hmm.
The punishment for magic is banishment,
Yeah.
which is harsh, but it could be worse. It could be death.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if, because he's a student, I don't know if I would say ban. Like, obviously, they like kind of try and like dial it back a bit in this
Yeah,
exact
I was gonna go into
conversation.
that, but like, I feel like
it's quite intense, isn't it? Like,
it's
to be
harsh.
banished. Yeah, because I'm like,
it's
he's
like the ultimate
24.
punishment. He's only 24.
Yeah.
He's young. He's trying to help people.
Yeah, he's at the
As
academy.
we know, he wants to harness the power that saved him to
yes.
save others. That's
Yeah,
what he
the
wants to do.
intentions are good.
That's what he wants to do. And it's very, very pure, noble intentions.
Yeah.
But what do they say? Impact trumps intention.
Yeah, impact
Isn't that a
over
thing?
intention.
Right? Impact
Yeah.
over intention. And the impact
yeah.
so far is an explosion
Yeah.
with some people that died, or so we think.
I don't think anyone died.
Well, so they say. Maybe Grayson's just trying to play it up. But Vander says, was anyone hurt? Grayson said, a building exploded. What do you think?
Well, yeah. I mean,
So I
people
guess
were
we
hurt, but
don't
no one
technically know
died.
if anyone died
Yeah, I don't think
or
anyone
was
died.
really seriously injured.
Yeah, I think they're just upset because obviously, again, it's the
It might
councilwoman's.
be more of the
sponsored.
Yeah.
What would you call? Not lab. What would you call office? What is
the penthouse.
whatever his
Maybe it's more the
working.
principle of an undercity attack on the Piltover is what's really
on a councilwoman's property specifically.
Exactly.
Well. Yeah.
But he says it's magic, and he says I can control this magic. It's going to be great. Mm-hmm. Victor looks very curious.
Yeah. Victor is intrigued.
Crowd is outraged, but his mum comes up and speaks up for him.
Oh, sorry. I was like Victor's mother.
Not Victor's mum. No, that would be cool.
Jayce's mum.
Jayce's mum speaks and explains why he's obsessed with magic a little bit. Mm-hmm. Says he's always had this dream.
But this was bizarre.
La, 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 la.
Because she was like, he's not in his right mind. And I was like, well, don't try to make people think he's like crazy. That was not the right wording to use. And he was very upset
She's
by
like,
it.
he's obsessed with this magic because, just because we were saved by magic. My life and his life was saved by magic, but he's obsessed with magic. Why is he so obsessed with magic?
But I would have died.
He's alive because of magic. I would be dead if it wasn't for magic. He would be dead if it wasn't for magic. But why does he like magic?
But he's
so
like
much?
Weirdly obsessed with it.
He just like can't get over this whole magic thing.
I don't know why he's so interested in it.
It's so weird. I tried to get him into hammers, but he just
wrenches, wasn't it?
I thought it was hammers.
What? Oh, maybe.
Hammer his house, his family make hammers.
Oh yeah, like a retractable hammer. Or something
like a fancy hammers. Yeah, but he loves magic, and they take pity on him, and instead of banishing him, they banish him from the academy.
Yeah, they kick him out. He's expelled.
He has to go back and live with his parents, which can be bad.
Apparently, is his worst nightmare.
Yeah, it's his worst nightmare. And then the light comes back in.
Yeah, the end of the Jayce case.
It all opens. The light comes back in. That's the end of that's the end of the Jayce case so far.
Yeah, for now.
Mm-hmm. And then we're back with Marcus, the evil enforcer, who's talking to the baddie, whose name we still don't know. We know it's Silco, but we still don't know.
He's like in like a wharf, like a old it was like there was like a crab on. I was like, there's like an old like seaside
spot, isn't it? I guess because his spot must be near the water because he sees the Leviathan monster things. So it must be relatively near there. Yeah. But this is the first time they've met.
Maybe it's like an old aquarium.
Oh, yeah.
Because you get that view of them.
Yeah, you get the view. Oh,
that's what I'm going with, an aquarium.
The aquarium. Yeah. So we'll call his hideout the aquarium from now on. Yeah. They're near the aquarium. And Marcus and Silco, they're meeting for the first time. Silco's invited him down here. Yeah. And then the way he's talking, Silco knows what he's looking for and he wants to make a deal, but we don't know what the deal is yet. Because we are, where do we go now? We're back with Heimerdinger. No, we're not yet. Oh. Jayce, we're with Jayce. Jayce is at home with his mum and he's annoyed. Yeah. He's annoyed that he hasn't been banished. If it wasn't for his mum, he'd be banished from Piltover. But he's still annoyed at his mum for not supporting him. He thinks he was going to talk him out of banishing him and into letting him do his magic.
You thought that's what his family was going to do?
Well, yeah, he's like, I could have convinced the council.
Oh, I see.
Which I don't think he could have. It was him against 7. No.
Yeah.
And
also, she's your mom. So, like, what do you think? She's going to just try and get you to still be alive and be close to her. So you're not going to be, like, banished where she can never see you again. I hardly blame her.
Of course.
But he's just being all emo.
He's sad. His whole life's purpose in this moment has been taken from him. So not just this magic, but the academy. Which he must have worked so hard to get into as well. So hard his whole life.
For sure.
And he's banished forever, as far as he knows. Yeah. So he leaves. He says he's going to go find some people who are going to help him more. With Heimerdinger and Victor, they're discussing it. They're going to destroy all of all of Jayce's stuff. Yeah. But Victor's like, could it work? Could you do it? Heimerdinger's like, why would I? Just destroy it. And Victor's like, okay, I'll destroy it. Takes the book.
Wink.
I'm going to destroy this book. Wink. Yeah. And then he takes it and we don't know what he does with it. No. We don't know what he does with it. We're now back with the baddie.
Yeah, back with the baddie.
And he's looking at his purple ooze. And they're talking about
purple drank. I love this.
Purple drank. He's looking at his cylinder of this tasty purple liquid. And he's like, is it going to kill him? And the doctor's like, Not immediately.
Well,
I'm
yeah,
paraphrasing, but he's like, will he live long enough? Long enough to do what is obviously the question here. But they give him the purple thing. The guy's like, what? I don't want to drink
He's
this.
like, I'm not doing that.
And they look
I'm not
out.
drinking that purple drink.
They look out on the sea monsters. He's like, oh, look at those monsters.
Oh, yeah, I know,
And then Silco has a very prepared line. He's like, oh, well, there's a monster in all of us.
Well, this is Silco's whole thing because technically he was the one that felt like he had to become a monster in order to survive.
Yes,
so I was like,
it's very so.
Yeah.
And he gives this speech, which is very, very Littlefinger from Game of Thrones.
It is Littlefinger.
He is Littlefinger in this scene.
He's
like,
that vibe.
he gives him a speech about power, and how power, the people who get power are the ones who will stop at nothing to do it.
Yeah, which he is not wrong.
Yeah, he stops at nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm living proof of this. Okay. You see my spooky eye?
That's the thing. If you manifest what you want, if you, wait 2 hours after you wake up before you have your coffee, if you...
Wait 2 hours?
Have you not heard that?
No.
It's one of those cliches of like all of these productive things you can do. If you take a cold shower every day, if you wait an hour after waking up before you have caffeine, if you get up at 5 a.m. every day.
Okay. One of those. I was like, 2 hours?
Yeah, I don't
Never
think
heard
so.
that.
I'm pretty
I've
sure
heard
it's
to
not
have
true.
water before you have your coffee.
Yeah, always have water. If you do all of these things and you manifest it, you too can get as much power as Silco. Do you want that much power? Yeah, well, that's up to you.
I'm good. I'm okay. I don't need that.
But he gives it to Deckard. Deckard is so sick of the speech, he just drinks the fluid.
No, this is important. And you were teasing me when we were watching the reaction about this. Deckard has this weird moment where he looks to the scientist and the scientist is like, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And then
he
you.
says it. And I was like, is he his dad?
Oh, you're just obsessed with people being people's children.
He could be his dad.
What?
We know what his
Because
daughter
they look
looks
at
like.
each other?
We know what his daughter looks like, and she has the same coloring as Deckard. So maybe Deckard is his kid. Or like a family member. You guys.
Okay.
No, I mean, I don't know. But it just, why did he look to him?
So, evidence in favor of this wild theory that Deckard is the Doctor's kid. They look at each other once, okay? Evidence against it. Silco has said like,
They do look at each other.
this
though,
is the
you guys.
smartest thing you've ever said. Give this boy a meal and keep him off the streets. Maybe not. Maybe the Doctor would want his son to not.
But they did it. It was specifically, he did it. He looked at him and then immediately drank it.
He looked at him because he's the Doctor who made the purple drink.
Sure.
Not like
the creator of the purple.
He's not
drink.
like, Dad.
That's fine.
Is this purple ooze safe to drink?
I don't know. I just know.
And he's like, yes, son. I wouldn't let you do it if it was bad for you. And he's like, okay, thanks, Dad. And then he drinks it. There's no way.
I just was like, why? Because he was so unsure about it. And then with one look to the scientist, he like chugs it. I was just like, that was bizarre.
Is Deckard
so
the
immediate.
Doctor's son? Let us know what you think in the comments.
Who is Deckard's dad?
Who is Deckard's dad?
Hashtag Deckard's daddy.
Hashtag who is Deckard's dad?
Deckard's daddy in the comments.
Deckard's daddy.
But there is, I think a part of this is obviously because there is a game that is based off of this. And maybe this is a question I just should have asked Kieran. But like, I'm always like, what are the other connections that like you and me don't know because we don't know the game lore.
Well,
we only know the show lore.
I don't think Deckard's a hero, but I could be wrong. You never know.
Yeah. But just like the connections.
In LOL, I mean, in League of Legends.
Anyway.
A hero in that. But.
Not in our LOL. In the game.
Not in our LOL. We are LOL.
We are the
LOL.
Stupid. The LOL.
So he takes this purple ooze and he collapses. He goes a little bit goblin mode. And he's like,
it's
you see his eye like get
the transformation is
Jekyll and Hyde.
Is the worst thing ever in the best way. Like, because it's
horrible. It's everything you want out of a horrible Jekyll and Hyde transformation.
It is Jekyll and Hyde.
It's
vibes,
like bulging veins, hulking out. It's all of those
he's like
things.
Screaming, but it's like kind of like a roar at the same time.
Very guttural.
Yeah.
And then we don't know what he looks like yet though.
No.
Because we're back.
We only get the little eye reveal.
That is all we get.
Yeah.
The eye, just like Silco's eye as well.
Yeah.
But now we're back in the Piltover again. It's very much underseated Piltover.
Yeah, we go back and forth a lot.
Jayce is outside a locked gate. Very nice gate. which is the Kiraman residence.
Yeah.
Caitlyn's out there. They have a very quick chat about the future, what they're going to do. And they're like, Caitlyn's like, oh, well, I guess you'll have to go into the family business, which is hammers. And Jayce is like, no.
No. He's like jokingly like, I'm just going to have to do that. And she's like, you're not going to do that. And he's like,
Jayce
yeah,
is
you're
like,
right.
no,
I won't.
I'm not. And Jayce, he's pretty despairing at this point because then Mrs.
I think he's trying to put a brave face on for Caitlyn, but it's hard because she knows him so well.
Oh, it's now raining.
Yeah,
so that means his emotions are more intense.
As always.
As you know,
it's such a,
when it's raining,
such a film
you feel
device,
things more. And I think that might actually be true as well.
Yeah, just
not even
heightens
just
the
in a
emotions,
sort
doesn't
like a fake way, like when it's raining, you
because it feels dreary,
feel things.
doesn't it?
Yeah,
It feels like,
and that's why they use it in cinema and in media and stuff. But then Caitlin's mum comes out, brings her in. Jayce is like, no, I just want to explain. Yeah. And then she's like, well, I think you've done enough.
Yeah, she's like, I don't want to hear it. Thank you for my
not
earrings.
Mad. I'm just
Goodbye.
disappointed. And Jayce is just broken.
Yeah, he's not in a good place.
Yeah, everything he had before is gone. You know, he's angry at his parents, his kind of fake parents, family. Also now he can't see.
Yeah.
He feels in this moment like he doesn't have anything left.
Yeah, he's like at rock bottom in his mind.
And it's obviously not the case, but in his mind, everything that's of value to him is gone, which is what then leads to the next scene. Before that, we're back in the council with the enforcers, and they're angry at the cops for not finding the people who did the stuff yet.
Yeah.
They want blood.
Yeah.
And the robot man is like, do whatever you got to do. Turn the Undercity upside down. Get him.
Yeah.
You better get him.
And you know who's really responding to this? Young Marcus. Young Marcus is like, yeah, I'm going to do it. Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Yeah,
he's getting all hyped up in his own little head. You can just see it.
He takes that energy and goes immediately to the last drop with his gang of goons, his enforcers, confronts Vander, and he says he's looking for some sump rats.
Yeah, what is
which
that?
is a phrase we haven't heard before. Must be some kind of sump rats.
I haven't heard sump.
It must be an Undercity slur of some kind, but
I've never
I don't
heard
know what it's supposed to mean.
Is a term. So I was like, I know rat, like rats. Street rats, but like I was like,
just like that. Sump rats. They're in the lanes of the Undercity sump. I don't know. If you know.
Yeah, let us know if you know. If you know the lore behind that term.
He sends his goons to go and look, and then asks for which is such a big loser move, the strongest drink in the house. He's like, give me the strongest alcohol you have because I'm so cool and I'm such a big man. Ick. I'm going to drink it and it's going to be great.
Yeah, ick vibes.
Vander's like, sure. He reaches down. He triggers the alarm.
Yeah. A little
monkey goes off. Kids see it. They're like, ooh. And they take their hiding places.
Yeah.
Now, here is another bit which is weird. They have their hiding places.
Oh, yeah.
For some reason, Powders is in the ceiling.
Yeah.
Not like safely somewhere, holding onto poles.
Yeah.
Like a Ninja Warrior style.
Yeah.
Very, very difficult position to hold for any length of time.
So we were like, do they all have their designated hiding spots that they hide in? We were watching the reaction. That's what we were talking about. Which I guess we don't know that for sure. But because
to get there quickly, they must.
Yeah, they specifically went to all these places. But also, again, even if that isn't the case, if you're letting Powder
why is hers the least safe, most dangerous one to hold?
Yeah, and this is where I'm like, because Vi is such a observant older sister and is like pays attention to Powder so much that I'm like, what? But again, it's just a way that we just keep seeing how like Powder is the weakest link basically at this point in time. And she is the one most in danger.
It might be that
situation.
She has a hiding spot, but she couldn't get to it in time.
Yeah. That's
she's
true.
not supposed to be there. That's just all that was left. I think that's because they must have had, if there's an alarm system, they also have hiding spots.
Yeah, I think so.
So something's gone wrong with the hiding spots. She's in this weird ceiling. They're looking for them. It's very much all of the classic like looking in the cupboard, looking under the bed. We're not going to go yet. Okay, we're going to go. The second they've gone, everything falls down.
Yeah.
And they just about don't get found.
Yeah. Powder immediately falls, like immediately after they've gone.
Immediately. Makes quite the racket, but obviously they don't hear it.
Yeah.
Upstairs, back at the bar, they tell Marcus, "Oh, we didn't find anybody."
Vander is relieved.
Vander's relieved. Sigh of relief. Doesn't show it though, because he's G. And Marcus
He just like smirks at Marcus.
Marcus throws a little hissy fit.
Yeah, again.
He like knocks his drink off the bar.
You're revealing too much about yourself, Marcus.
He like breaks stuff, and then he gets up on a soapbox, and he's like, "You all don't know the difference between arrogance and whatever. I'm the best. You're all undercity trash. You suck. I hate you."
A perfect example.
Get a life.
A perfect example of projection.
He's just on a power trip because he is so powerless. Arrogance and confidence. That's there. He's like, you don't know the difference between arrogance and confidence. And neither does he. He's being
Neither do you,
he's
Marcus.
being a loose cannon in the worst possible way.
Yeah, it's trash. He's trash.
Just awful stuff. And then they leave. Vander goes to check on the kids. Vi wants to fight. She's like, "How we can't let them get away with this."
Like they almost got powder.
And then in a really, really cool, really great scene, Vander takes Vi up to the bridge. Vi's like, "Why are we here?" And then Vander very, very poignantly explains why he's so peaceful.
Yeah.
Because he's experienced it. When you go to war, when you do these things, especially when you're in a position of you don't have the power.
No, yeah.
When you're the oppressed and you try to take the power back from the people who have oppressed you, there's going to be losses. And you've got to think about, are those losses worth it?
Yeah.
And Vander's been through that. He's done it. He's already lost.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to lose anyone else.
And I think the important thing with Vander is that like he is still trying to improve their way of living. He's just doing it in like
he's making sure the trading is fair.
Yeah, yeah.
He's,
he's
sticking
trying
up for the people.
Work with Grayson.
He's trying to work with the people in Piltover as much as they can to keep the peace.
Yeah. Vander obviously remembers how bad it went. I know Vi remembers too, to an extent, but because she was so young and because, she kind of sees these people as the people that took her parents away, I think it's understandable that she wants to fight. She just doesn't have the like lived experience that Vander has of leading people and then being like, oh my God, look at all these kids who lost their parents. That's horrible.
That feeling that responsibility.
Yeah.
Because Vander feels responsible because he was the leader.
Yeah.
He feels responsible for all the people who died.
Yeah.
He feels responsible for taking Vi's parents.
Yeah.
Maybe Clagger and Milo's parents as well. We don't know. And this is another conversation about Vi. This is kind of the natural progression of the last conversation about responsibility.
Yeah.
And like when you're the leader of these people, you have different things you need to think about.
Yep.
Because if you don't, no one will.
Yeah. You got to kind of lead by example.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And he says, no one wins in war, which is true.
No one wins in war. Come on. We should have learned this already.
Yeah.
Tale as old as time.
It's true. Truly. And then Vi kind of takes it in. She does listen and hears it. And then she's like, yeah, but what are we going to do? Vander just says he'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Because he always does. Because Vander always figures it out.
Yeah.
And then there's still, I noticed this, there's still tributes on the bridge to the people who fell in the fight, the original fight on the bridge, which is so beautiful. Because it's been years at this point. It's been years. So now we're with Jayce. He's standing precariously close to a ledge and he's kind of walking towards it.
Yeah.
There's a shot from the back and we see a sealed note and his blue gem bracelet.
Yeah.
And it's back on him. He's towing towards the ledge, and then Victor interrupts him just as he's about to take a step
in
forwards.
time.
Thank
Victor.
you, Victor.
We've never been so happy to see you.
And then Jayce is like, what are you doing? What are you doing here? And then Victor starts talking to him and reveals how curious he is about hex tech.
Hex tech.
Which is what
He's the one.
we learn now that Jayce has called his magic science. Hex tech, because hex... tech.
Yeah.
Hex tech. It's pretty good, right?
Yeah. I think it's great. Hex tech is the name.
It's catchy.
Yeah, it's great.
Rolls off the tongue. Not as good as Lovers of Law.
Yeah.
But it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
We can't all be lol. So
Can't all be lol. And essentially Victor says like, yeah, I didn't have anything either. No one helped me. I'm from the Undercity.
Yeah.
Which we learn as well in this scene, which is cool. We didn't know Victor was from the Undercity.
Yeah. No.
And he worked his way up to the assistant to Heimerdinger.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. And then he reveals he wants to help Jayce complete his research.
He's like, let's team up, my boy.
He's like, let's team up.
Let's go in on this together.
Let's stay under the radar. We're not going to ask for permission. We're going to ask for forgiveness, but we're not going to need forgiveness because we're going to revolutionize the world with hex tech.
Yeah.
Gives him back his gem bracelet, and it's beautiful.
It is.
And so the ship begins.
It's the beginning of a beautiful
relationship. Endless.
You decide what kind.
Theories and fan fictions and ships and various things.
Even more today. I saw even more today on Instagram. It's just all Jayce and Victor.
Wow.
What is their ship name? Jictor?
Jaketa?
Vase?
Vastor. Vastor.
I'm here for it. I'm loving it.
Yeah. I mean, they look good together.
Yeah.
Maybe give the people what they want.
Yeah, give the people what they want. That's what I'm saying.
So they've decided to work together.
Mm-hmm.
The work on the magic has continues. Jayce, thankfully, was saved from the point of no return.
Yeah. Yes.
And we're back with Vi. Vi comes back from her conversation with Vander. She's still feeling the weight of that conversation. She immediately goes to Powder, checks in with Powder, who's excited to share her new grenades. One of them's a nail bomb, which is cool.
Yeah. And this one's filled with nails.
It's very, very cute.
So cute. So
Vi,
cute and evil.
Cute and evil. That's Jinx.
I know.
That's Powder,
it sounds
isn't it?
like I
Cute
love
and
it.
evil. And she's got the bunny back.
Yeah.
She gives the
Vi
bunny
got the
from
bunny.
episode 1 back. Well, not back to, but to Powder.
To Powder. Yeah.
Yeah. Has a lovely moment.
It was really cute.
Powder. It's really, really, really
But
cute.
also was like, yeah, you could tell when she walked away that immediately Powder was like, wait, what is this mean?
Why is this so serious?
Yeah.
You know, that sounded like what's the word I'm looking for?
And why did you randomly get me this rabbit that's been up there for
like
years?
why does this feel so final?
Yeah.
Why does this feel like the end of something?
Yeah.
Right? Well, what's changed? But then we're back with the police, the enforcers. Grayson's chewing Marcus out, and rightfully so.
Yeah.
Because he went off the rails.
Yeah.
And just messed everything up.
Yeah, this guy needs to get a wake-up call.
And as Marcus is about to get the chewing out of a lifetime, the tube comes up.
The tube.
The pneumatic tube. And that means Vander or someone has sent in
someone from the last
a
drop.
name.
Yeah.
They've given them a name. So we see actually the intro animation of the record, which I think is really cool. But it's a record playing in universe, and some cool soul music starts playing.
Yeah.
Really good. Check it out on the
My Girl
soundtrack.
vibes.
Yes, very much like a My Girl type song. And it's a few different things happening at the same time. Powder, Vander at the bar. Enforcers coming through the Undercity. Benzo's sign. And Vi sitting in a chair waiting.
Yeah. Waiting
So,
expectantly.
Obviously, the implication is Vi's given herself up.
Yeah.
And the episode ends. Vi looks up. The door opens.
Someone comes in.
And that's it. We don't know who.
Yeah.
We don't know who.
We just don't know.
We don't know. If only there was an episode 3.
Oh.
Next time.
Hence why we binged.
Yeah.
And
that's
the show
episode
the first time.
That's episode 2.
Yeah, that's episode 2.
A lot of cool stuff
Great
in this
job.
episode. Thank
Yeah,
you.
very nice.
It was fun. The trial, the hex tech, the magic. Lots of stuff in episode 2.
Yeah.
Do you have any final takeaways? Favorite
No,
moments?
I'm just excited. I'm excited that Victor and Jayce have teamed up. Yeah, I'm glad that the stuffed bunny is back in a child's arms.
Of course, yeah. Doesn't deserve to be up on the power lines for
No.
forever. It's sad.
I mean, I think it's the creators of the show do such a good job of making you love the characters so much, but then it's scary because you're like,
yes.
I feel like something is going to go wrong with these characters that I love a lot. Especially Vander. Like, I wish Vander was my dad. Like, I love Vander. I just think he's so great. So anything with Vander, I'm always just like, but we're not there yet. I don't have to think about it.
Vander's fine.
Yeah, he's fine right now.
He's
Episode 2,
chilling.
he's good.
He's made Powder a cute little drink with a little spendy straw.
Yeah.
He's fine. Nothing's going to happen to Vander,
Well, don't say that.
right?
Well, thank you for joining us for episode 2.
Yes, thanks so much.
We will be back next week with episode 3. And once again, if you want to watch our reaction to episode 2 and all the episodes to come, you can join our Patreon. That's all we've got right now. Once again, thank you for joining us. And we hope to see you for the next episode. Goodbye, lore lovers.
Thank you, lovers of lore.